Inactivity is not a good thing at any point in your life, but the consequences of it are worse in seniors than they are in younger individuals. In this video, you'll learn the different ways in which inactivity destroys your body as a senior, but also some practical strategies to become more physically active in 10 minutes or less. First, let's compare how inactivity affects younger individuals versus older individuals. In younger individuals who are inactive, they might just be sluggish, they might carry a little more body fat, they might have worse posture. While that's not a great thing, it's not exactly life-threatening. In seniors, the effects are actually quite different. In older individuals who are inactive, the consequences are serious. It shortens your lifespan and it shortens your health span. It really limits the amount of things you can do in your daily life. In a younger individual who is inactive, they still have no problems getting out of a chair. They have no problems going up the stairs. In an older individual, in a senior who is inactive, they might have a real struggle getting out of their chair, off the toilet, etc. They might have a hard time going up the stairs, where just a few stairs win them. Even in inactive younger individuals, that's not the case. But in older individuals, the effects are more serious. The most obvious effect of inactivity is on your muscles. In other words, they get weaker. In a younger individual, even weaker muscles are strong enough to accomplish the activities of daily living, like opening jars, getting out of the chair, carrying groceries, and so on. In an older individual, in a senior, that doesn't happen. They have a hard time opening jars. Maybe they need a caregiver or a family member to help them out. Maybe they can't get out of their chair. Maybe they can't carry their groceries or do housework or gardening. Or maybe they can do them, but it really takes a lot out of them, and then they need to rest the rest of the day. So again, the consequences of inactivity on your muscles are very grave. Another big issue besides the muscles is the bones. The stronger a muscle pulls on the bone, the denser the bone gets. Now, if muscles don't pull on bones as hard because you're not doing any strength training, then bones have no reason to stay strong because that stimulus is gone, and as a result, bones lose their strength and you develop osteopenia, or worse yet, osteoporosis. That's why in many of my videos, I talk about how strength training reverses osteoporosis. And I do mean reverses, not slows down the decline, not maintains, but increases bone density and bone strength. If you want help devising an exercise program specifically for your body as a senior, we can do exactly that. If you click on the link in the description below, it'll take you to our homepage where you can submit an application form to have a quick 10-15 minute Zoom chat with us, which is no pressure, no obligation, no sales pitch, just to see whether or not we can help you. Moving on. With inactivity, you also have the loss of endurance, that is cardiovascular endurance. In other words, you get winded faster. Activities that never used to tire you out now tire you out. Maybe you never used to get winded going up the stairs, a single flight, and now just a single flight makes you huff and puff. Maybe you go from your car across the parking lot to the mall, and that didn't used to wind you, and now it winds you. So the loss of cardiovascular endurance makes it hard for you to get as much activities done in your day, and so you need to rest the remainder of the day instead of being as active as you'd like. Also, with inactivity, you lose sensation in the soles of your feet, and because of that, you actually you worsen your balance, and therefore your risk for falling rises. Now, in a younger individual, if they fall, it's not really that big of a deal. They just bruise something, it hurts, but they're not going to the hospital. In an older individual, if and when they fall, the consequences are much more serious. In a younger individual, they might not break a bone. In an older individual, they are very likely to break a bone. If they are going to break a bone, they're going to end up in the hospital. They're going to have a much longer recovery time. They're much more likely to get an infection in the hospital, all as a result of the previous inactivity that led to the fall. But also, not just what happens after you fall, the fall itself might have been prevented if you're using your body more and you have better body awareness. So inactivity is potentially a precursor to other conditions that can be a consequence of the inactivity. So how do you get more active? Yes, walking is fantastic, but walking is usually not enough. You need to exert enough effort to either A, get out of breath for a long enough period of time, which at the beginning might just be 10 minutes, or you need to lift or move your muscles, whether that's lifting weights, using resistance bands, your own body weight, in a way that makes you feel like your last repetition was very, very difficult. You're not sure if you could have done another one. If you finish a set of exercises and your last one looks as good as your first one, the weight was too light, even as a senior, or perhaps especially as a senior. You should at least once a week get out of breath for a long enough period of time, or use some kind of resistance that makes it difficult to complete the last repetition. And it should be a full body workout for all your muscles. That's your chest, your abdominals, your thighs, your calves, your back, as well as your arms. If you can combine all this, you'll be able to get a lot more active in only 10 minutes per day, and you're going to be doing this more frequently, so you're going to reinforce good behaviors. If you want more information just like this, we have a free fitness newsletter for people over 50. If you click on the link in the description below, you'll be able to subscribe to it, and you can always unsubscribe. Thank you, and goodbye.